Okay, recap for Tuesday, the 7th of April, 2026. Okay, yesterday was a bit of a messy day, right? I'm explaining what my thoughts were and stuff, right? I was ending Monday's market recap around here, and I said what we've done is bearish, right? Just for now, because we had these relative equal highs and we had these relative equal lows. We went to take the lows, then we went to take the highs, and that's when I was ending the recap. And I said, watch this on the 15 minute, right? This right here. Is it 15 or was it the hour? Yeah, this on the hourly. I said if we can't get above that, then we're gonna still be bearish, and then we're gonna look at these relative equal lows, and they look more relatively equal on ES, right? That's for one. And after that, well, of course, if we're not gonna get to the high, then we're looking at previous daily low. So that's that's like layer targets in terms of trading. Anyway, let's just get rid of the mess for now. As you can see, what we did yesterday is basically go to previous daily low. However, I did expect us to visit this gap before this push higher. And let me explain my trades. So what we do initially at market open is we had this high, right? And at 9:30, we go all the way to that high on NQ, but ES doesn't, so SMT there, right? And then we create our first presented fair value gap right here. So you can see we failed to get to the midpoint. We're basically under the midpoint of this on the hourly. So that's bearish. And on top of that, we reach our midpoint of our opening range gap. So for bullishness, that's enough, right? Anyway, I came late actually to the chart yesterday. I came at 9:38 and I was like just rushing. So I was putting my annotations on the chart, and by the time I was done, we were here, right, at 9:42, and I was still not done. I was still trying to get a read, right? Everything was a mess. And then we started moving lower, and then I realized, yeah, we're gonna go for this low first, and if we're gonna expand, we might go even to previous daily low. So the trade idea was gonna be from the first presented to somewhere here, right? At least taking the low. And as you can see, I did miss my ideal entry, so I just didn't enter on that, right? Second trade idea was, okay, are we gonna go to previous daily low? As you can see, we come to previous daily low and we make relative equal lows. And I was like to myself, if we come back to midpoint of this range, from this swing to this low, then I'd be looking to enter something around the 50%. That's what this green line is. And these little ones is our opening range, new weekly opening gap, right? So midpoint at that was my entry on the limit order once we got up here. Had my stop loss, I didn't had my stop loss right. I went to the 2 minute. I want to see something above this because this is an inversion on the 15 as well. I don't really want it to visit this what do you call it? Balanced price range, right? That's how I see it. That's a balanced price range to me, and I don't want it. If it's gonna be bearish, it should not even bother going there. Goes up there, touches the top of the new weekly opening gap, and then drops lower. And that's how it should have delivered. It should have went delivered lower, this, and then that should have, came lower. But it started doing the classic shenanigans. So one crazy candle up on high, and after that, once we go below here, I put my stop loss at break even because this could have stopped price if they really just wanted to leave it. This could have stopped price, and I was not willing to risk that. As you can see, they again go with a crazy candle, take me out, and that's my break even. So at this time, I was like, okay, if by 10:50 we don't really show any signs, then I'm logging out. So only thing that I was waiting for is for us to fully change the state of delivery, and then I'm entering on this minute inversion. Second, we do that, boom, that's my entry, and it was beautiful. But my ass was greedy rather than getting to previous daily low. I wanted the optimal target, and this should be blue because It's the CE of our daily wick. I really expected us to at least hit that before doing this change, right? So once we're here, I'm like, alright, this should be almost guaranteed. I want to do something real quick. I'll come back and they have the candle of doom straight to break even. So two break evens. First one is not bad. The second one is crazy for me to not take the profit here when I should have, right? I already learned this lesson many times, and I'm gonna chill out, right? Chill out with the profit objectives, right? I thought we were moving like normal markets, but I guess we're just not. They're doing the candles of doom again, which is not good. Anyway, later on, as you can see, is what the hell have we done? Okay, do you see what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of BS, right? These news, these like anything with like the war stuff, it's just causing these markets to go crazy. Anyway, let me get rid of everything and let's actually see what am I even gonna trade for today, even if I'm gonna trade. Um, Oh, this is interesting. We just started spiking up, right? I mean, the targets for the week that I would expect us to hit. We hit in Asia, bro. This is not fun, right? This is not fun at all to trade. Like, do I even want to trade this? Where would I even count a balanced price range? This could be like if we're really that bullish, we could just leave this whole area. Like, I want to see that on the lower time. If we're really bullish, and we just want to go higher, and if we open up and want to go and head to this high, we just see if ES has an SM. Bro, this is just a mess. If we want to go to that high, then that means we might not bother at all visiting anything below this and just leave this as a balanced price range. So I would not be surprised. You know what? It's a mess, right? Like this move up is such a mess for me to actually try and trade today. Let me just check. What do we have? From see minutes, that's not really relevant that much. I don't know. Today, if I don't see anything clean, yeah, this I don't know. We can have this as a minimum objective. Minimum objective, right? I don't see us I don't see us collapsing this. Right, we took the low. ES should have taken the lows. Ooh, ES did not take the lows. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't see us collapsing this anytime soon. So, if we're not showing any willingness to go lower, because I know a lot of people will try short this. When they do this, sometimes if they don't want to consolidate the day, then this is just basically waiting for 9:30 or whatever to push us high, because when we do this, we got an objective to go to. The question is, do I know the objective? Can I tell accurately? Is there any reason for me to trade this? Is the question, right? We broke with this. We're broken every bearish structure. I'm not bearish at all, zero, right? So I believe what they want to do. Let me just check the 1 hour. Is we're gonna keep holding this structure. We might have a mini with 7 right there. We might there, right there, right. This is my take, right? We might come at market open, whatever. Take this low. If we take this low and have a reaction from here, I'm not looking at these lows, and then I'd be looking for us to. It's not London high, so I would not care about it. Well, this high, if it stays or whatever the highest high at that time, and then I'm looking at this, right? So I'll try have a long entry. I'm just saying if we respect all of this, if we don't, then just GG's go next, right? because this will be a large opening range gap, right? And I don't know if we're even gonna bother to go to midpoint of it. So we might do that, but that's only after if we reach here, because look, this is almost 1,000 handle move, right? You don't want to deal with it. Anyway, that's the market recap. The market is kind of garbage. I'm basically so out of it that I'm doing other stuff right now. I'm just basically waiting for it to correct itself, to chill out, right? Something that's tradable. Anyway, that's the market recap. Peace out.